going on a little morning walk. It is just after 6 a.m. and somewhere in New Mexico, I'm not exactly sure where, we found a nice little camping area. So Pierre spotted some creature this morning. I'm not sure what it was. It looked like a rabbit at first, but then it wasn't moving like a rabbit. It was moving like a raccoon or a cat or a dog or something. And before I zoomed up on the camera to see what it was, it took off, chasing it down to see what it was. Watch it be a little baby bear. I hope not. We should have come across it by now. We passed where it was. So it's either long down the trail or off the trail somewhere else now, or it's watching us from under the trees. I did not think about that. Man, this would be such a cool area to bring the bikes. Like, holy shit, man. This would be so fun. Got breakfast out here waiting for him, but he's still out here looking for that animal that we saw. We never found it again. Alright, day 2, we are officially off, headed to Texas. Look at this view. I'm kind of sad that I missed out on driving down through the mountains and seeing that view, because it was pretty dark last night by the time we were heading over this way. There were some creepy looking plants at one point. I'm going to try and Google them sometime today and try and find them and show them to y'all. But in the middle of the night, that shit was freaky. All of a sudden, all these fingers sitting here grabbing at me while I'm driving down the road. It was pretty wild. I thought about stopping, but I was also like kind of scared they would grab me if I stopped, so I had to keep going. But goddamn, we are off on day 2.
This footage is all that was recovered for the investigation.
One of them. There's a small one out there. There we go. So imagine all those like reaching across the road while you're driving late at night.
Church or something? What? No, not at my house. Vulnerability by design, confined in moving metal boxes with strength, unable to escape until the next stop. Our protagonist is busy keyboard and observer, but then she glances away from him. Upon looking back, all other passengers and the conversation abruptly stop, placed with immediate unease. It will happen again and again. Inescapable loop where reconciliation remains forever out of reach.
No.
Towards Paso, Texas. There is a whole lot of nothing around here. A whole lot of nothing. One of them damn cactuses, but that's about it. Very flat. There's mountains off in the distance. I just looked it up, and apparently for 30 miles it's just straight. Nice little rest stop somewhere in New Mexico. Figure a good time to let Pierre out, and then I gotta go to the bathroom myself, so it works out. Pierre over here. check it out. Alright, so we're about 20-25 minutes outside of Las Cruces, New Mexico. And then next stop from there is El Paso. Not a whole lot of scenery going on right now, just a whole lot of bushes and flatlands at the moment. Mountains off in the distance. Bit of a boring drive, but it's good to get this done and out of the way early, right? Super tall one. Alright, we are officially in Las Cruces, New Mexico. There's the city over there in the distance. That mountain over there looks pretty wicked.
Apart from his wife and 2 daughters, there had been no one else at the marsh when he took the pictures. That added more to the mystery, and the picture made it to the local newspaper. But many believed it was all made up until strict nuclear-free policy that prohibited the presence of any nuclear weapons in Denmark or its territories. In short, the Danes were not pleased. Mission over Greenland, and it only passed there because of an emergency. Figureheads were aliens and one Reggie. But one night...
We are out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, and we are on to El Paso, Texas. So after checking the map, it looks like we're only about 10 minutes from the Texas border. Alright, looks like we're about to enter the town of Anthony, which is a border town between New Mexico and Texas. Right there's one of the road signs, and then we should be seeing a border sign here any minute. And we are officially in Texas as soon as we pass over this bridge. Boom. Back in Texas. Whoa, check it out. It's a water park. 18 miles to El Paso now. Then we'll be seeing the New Mexico border, not New Mexico. We'll be seeing the Mexico border. Hotels over here, or whatever this is. That's pretty crazy. It's massive. You know what else is massive? And now we're coming into downtown El Paso, I believe.
That she wanted to be taken off. It seems she succeeded. But all these were just guesses, and the truth on Reddit cracked the case. It started after a viewer wrote,
Now we are on to the longest leg of our journey, which is from El Paso to San Antonio. Looks like we're looking at about 531 miles right now. We are out of El Paso, Texas, now getting into the nitty-gritty flatlands, long stretches of road, nothing for miles part of Texas. The last sign I saw said next service is 100 miles. So that's going to be interesting. Drive so far. A lot of cactus, some cool looking rocks and mountains. That's about it. Not even cactus, it's those yucca. So I just went through a border station. That was one highlight of the journey so far. Other than that, it's been pretty uneventful. A lot of cool rock formations and mountains like that, and a bunch of those yucca bushes all around. Nothing super exciting. Just a lot of driving straight pretty much. Drive straight for a while, slight curve. Drive straight for a long while, slight curve. A little update on that guy. Just chilling, vibing. Got a new wacky plant appearing. Where'd it might be a self-driving truck. I'm trying to figure out why it's got the cameras on the mirrors above there, and why it's got like the little radars up above it. You see that? Interesting. Yep, I was right. Look at that. Autonomous test vehicle. It's a self-driving semi. That's pretty wicked. There was someone there behind the wheel with his hands on it. I'm sure they have to stay there just to like play it safe and monitor the situation. But wow, that's pretty cool.
Videos often show her having a fit and attacking people. The videos got so popular that some people dressed as Xiao Xiao for Halloween. But Xiao Xiao's videos didn't go down well with everyone. On December 2023, Xiao Xiao's social media...
Alright, now we are coming up on the town of Fort Stockton to get some gas for the next leg of the journey. This is going to be the 4th time that we filled up, technically, including the very first filling up to leave. So, not doing too bad, not doing too bad. This is cool. At some point, this used to have like a little airline set up, but it's definitely disconnected. That house is all busted.
Support a diverse range of sources.
Fort Stockton, Texas.
With platforms like Databricks.
Victim brother. He got rich selling parts on his farmland to property developers while working. The lawyer didn't know. Well, have cameras out there. Notice that basement? It's black. Doesn't make noise unless it's close. How much you hear shit? Anyway, that's a lot of wipes. Right now, because it's not all white out, like nothing dead. I just gotta run. I feel like it's not back real quick. I have to check out. I have to recharge the jacket. It's been too long. I know what I'm doing here. Anxiety reduce, please. Thank you. Oh, yeah, you. I'll play for this game.
have made it to a rest stop right outside of Kerrville, Texas. I forgot what the town name was there for a second. But yeah, we're at a rest stop east of Kerrville. I keep forgetting the east and west today. My navigator's been handling all that business. Now he's got to handle his business. Alright, so we have made it to our destination for the night. We got the AC going because it is pretty toasty for Mr. Pierre. It says it's 82 outside right now. Got Pierre set up with some water over here and his toys. This little area. Oh yeah. Oh, we got it. Yeah, buddy. And I'm just chilling out, watching some Moist and waiting until bedtime.
I actually got every single one of them back there with that
camera set up. It's so nice being able to just look up and know who's outside, if anyone at all. Tomorrow we should be ending in Oklahoma, but 4 down so far.
There we go.
We're going to be going to San Antonio, to Houston, and then we're shooting up north. So we're going to see how that goes.